Everything's okay. Everything's okay. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. As we all know and have seen in pretty much everyone's thumbnails thus far lately, spring has finally sprung. And so with that said, it's time for me to share some of the scents that I have in my fragrance collection that I'm super excited about wearing this spring. Some of these I have talked to you all about before, and some of these are still relatively new to me and or my collection. So we're going to go ahead and dive into that in just a second. But before we get into today's video, make sure that you are subscribed and be sure to hit that notification bell, boo, so you don't miss when I upload another video. Duh. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, I would greatly appreciate if you gave me a thumbs up because that really helps to support the channel. And of course, if you're interested in any of the fragrances that I mentioned in today's video, make sure that you shop via any available links and discount codes down below in the description box because we love a deal, don't we? And you're gonna buy it anyway. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. This one is a newbie in my collection that fairly recently went viral on TikTok. And while I'm a little bit late to the party, I just wasn't finna buy nothing I wasn't interested in like y'all faves. But this one actually caught my eye. This is from Aroma Concepts and this is Batik. And again, just because it's new to my collection, I just wanted to show you all the packaging. So here is the box and I guess you all can see that texture. But let me show you all this very very tiny bottle. Here it is. Super simple, and you know, for the price point, it gets the job done. But I'm sure you all don't care about that. Let's talk about the scent. This gives me watermelon candy. I don't know if it's watermelon airhead or watermelon Jolly Rancher, but watermelon candy for sure. I'll be honest in saying this is definitely not a fragrance that I'm going to reach for when I'm trying to step out or I'm trying to make a statement. This is not something that I'm going to wear when I want to be taken seriously. This is still youthful, fruity, flirty, fun goodness. But that little bit of amber kind of steps it up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Makes it a step above Body Splash. Just like you all know from my own personal I overspray everything and learn the hard way experience. With this being really ambery, you can definitely go overboard with spraying, especially if you're sensitive to those notes. Lessons were definitely learned, but again, I cannot wait to dive into this spring. This is Aroma Concepts Batik. This next fragrance that I cannot wait to dive into this spring is still relatively new to my collection, so much so that I just mentioned it in my most recent fragrance haul, which I'll leave up in the cards. But this is Guerlain's Mon Guerlain, and if you know, you know. Guerlain was definitely another blind buy because of who I am as a person, but it's so well beloved in the fragrance community. I just knew I would love it. This is elegance in a bottle. If you just want to smell like a lady, but without trying too hard, Mon Guerlain is it. This is just a delicate blend of lavender and vanilla that is so elegant and classic and classy. Y'all know I am not a vanilla girly, but this is so well beloved even by non-vanilla lovers that I just had to go ahead and jump out the window, especially because I got it at such a great deal. I absolutely think that Mon Guerlain is signature scent worthy, but I also feel like I can pull this out for a special occasion as well. A wedding, a baby shower. This is just classic, it's timeless, and it's just beautiful. I pick up more of the lavender on my skin, which I don't mind at all because it's definitely a more soft, delicate lavender. And while it definitely trumps the presence of the vanilla in the fragrance, it doesn't lean masculine at all to my nose. Not that that matters because y'all know I wear what I want, when I want, how I want, but just putting that out there for those of you that might care. As you can hear from my description and probably see from my little dent, this has already made an impression. So I will definitely be deep diving into this spring. I'm already intrigued and interested in the intents, but we're going to focus on this one first before we jump out the window. But absolutely cannot wait to dive into this spring. This is Guerlain's Mon Guerlain. Another scent I'm excited to spend time with this spring is Mon Blanc Signature. Another one that is no stranger to the channel. I have definitely mentioned this to you all previously. And one thing about it, every time I mention it, I'm going to stress how ecstatic I am that this bottle is opaque so y'all don't see my business. This doesn't even register the same way on paper as it does on skin, but this is fresh, sweet, creamy, powdery. It almost has like a dryer sheet quality to it, but in a good way. Mon Blanc Signature is one of those hashtag soft life era fragrances. You just smell wealthy, you smell clean, you smell fresh, you smell feminine. I have told you all before that Mon Blanc Signature is not a beast mode room filling fragrance, but it's still very present and still very much makes a statement without trying too hard. I wear Mon Blanc Signature all year round and get great performance, but it is especially going to thrive. It's especially going to thrive in these warmer months. So I wish spring would get themselves together. Mon Blanc Signature just smells like wealthy, clean woman aesthetic, if that makes any sense. Did I mention she's super affordable? I'll make sure I have links down below in the description box in case this sounds interesting to you. Love her all year round, but I cannot wait to dive into her this spring. And again, this is Mon Blanc Signature. This next fragrance actually came out in the winter, and I want to revisit it this spring just because it wasn't particularly a love at first sniff for me. And this is Kis Eden Sparkling Lychee 39. And if you all remember, I told you all previously on the channel that I wanted to save this for the spring months just because I feel like it's a better fit for that, just based off how I was experiencing it. This is fresh and fruity, but there's also a floral aspect to this. I don't have time for the heat. Why does the heat always have to come on when I'm trying to work? I just feel like the fruity floral scent profile is going to thrive more in the spring summer months, and so I cannot wait to see how this is going to react, and to see if I want to commit and upgrade this from the travel to a full-size bottle. I feel like a lot of people are going to be revisiting this scent now and enjoying it more now that it's not cold. I already really like this scent, and I honestly enjoy it more than its sister Eden Juicy Apple. This is just a light, fun, fruity floral fragrance that I feel like is absolutely perfect for this time of year. So I'm excited to revisit it and see if it's going to be worth upgrading. And again, this is Kis Eden Sparkling Lychee 39. Next is another newbie to the collection that I have recently become obsessed with. And you may have heard me already talk about this on my other platforms or on shorts here on YouTube. And this is the latest release from Net. And this is Pear Jam, which my lighting is probably too bright, but here I am again, trying to show y'all the packaging. Anywho, here is a close-up of the travel spray. And again, this is the latest release from Net, and this is Pear Jam. If you have been tuned in to any of my other platforms or shorts here, you already know that this is a recent obsession, so much so that I'm not wasting this on a tester strip. Stay with me, okay? Just hear me out. If you are an OG scent girly, I mean like OG Victoria's Secrets, OG Bath and Body Works, if you remember that green packaging from Victoria's Secret, it was their pear scent. I'll try to include a picture. It was the pear scent. This is a 2024 elevated version of that. That's the best way I can describe this. This is a fresh, fruity fragrance that is mouth-watering and just delicious. And while it is very much a fruity fragrance, this is not childish in my opinion at all. This has some patchouli and some akigala wood that just gives this some character and elevates this to where this just doesn't smell like body splash. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Oh my God, it's wafting in the air. I am almost positive I'm going to be grabbing a full-size bottle of this during the Sephora savings event. I feel like this might be one of, if not the signature scent for me this spring. It's just so good. The pear in this is sending me over the edge, so much so that I have been spraying this on myself regardless of what I'm wearing. I have been spraying this on myself every single day since I got it because it's addictive and it's just so juicy and just wonderful. Okay, absolutely recommend getting your nose on this. This is Pear Jam. Oh my God, this is Pear Jam from Net. Next is another one that I've had in my collection for quite some time, and in my opinion is a spring staple, and this is Bond No. 9's Nolita. And don't we just love a Bond bottle? Nolita, in my opinion, is definitely one of the more simple and mass appealing bonds. Another fruity floral fragrance because period. And while this is not my absolute favorite bond, Every single time I wear this, I get compliments. Nah, for real, she gonna hit every time. This is just not a super complex, hard to understand fragrance. It's easy to enjoy, easy to reach for, especially this time of year, and a massive compliment getter. So yeah, absolutely always going to have this in my rotation every single spring, and I suggest you do the same. Again, this is Bond number 9's Nolita. Another fragrance I feel like we're going to see in a number of spring lineups is Parfums de Marly's Oriana, and this smells exactly how the bottle looks. Okay, it just does. Oriana is fresh, it's fruity, it's sweet, it's just girly. This may or may not ruffle the niche snob's feathers, but fragrance is subjective, and this is my opinion and how it comes off to me in my nose. Oriana is a slightly elevated version of Mon Blanc Signature, which I mentioned to you all previously on the channel. This just has more of a fruity quality to it, whereas Mon Blanc Signature is more citrus. Not that citrus isn't fruit, but you know what I'm saying. Oriana definitely has those citrus facets to it as well, but I feel like the composition along with the other fruit, as well as the marshmallow and the chantilly cream in Oriana, makes this a little less serious than Mon Blanc Signature. Oriana is another fragrance that I acquired and enjoy in the cooler months, but I feel like it's going to absolutely thrive in the warmer months, especially now that it's set. So prepared to be sick of me, okay? This is just going to be an easy reach when I just want to smell pretty and sweet this spring. And again, this is Parfums de Marly Oriana. Another fragrance that I've had and enjoyed in my fragrance for quite some time that I'll be pulling out this spring is Tamine's Patiala. And if you've been keeping up with my other platforms or my shorts, this is one that I have already been reaching for. Patiala is one that we have discussed on the channel. Do you see the atomizer? I know you did. Patiala is another clean, effortless, wealthy woman with things to do. Now this is an extrait de parfum, so it is potent and present enough to wear all year round, but it's also light, feminine, and airy enough to wear in the spring months. And because there are aldehydes, I'm also going to wear it in the summertime. Amazing performance, and Mama Tresses enjoys this as well. Patiala is absolutely signature scent worthy. I could wear this every day of the year if I wanted to, but it's also special and unique enough for those fancy occasions. Like if you are someone that's getting married, I would definitely recommend trying out Patiala because I could see this being a perfect bridal scent. Patiala is just classic, timeless, elegant, regal, sophisticated. I will never deny the impact that the Lilina Trio has made on the rose loving community, but if you are a rose lover, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting your nose on Tamine's Patiala. Another fragrance that I've already been enjoying but cannot wait to really dive deep into this spring is Wilhelm Parfumerie's latest release, and this is Sparkling Joe, which I told you all about previously on the channel in my most recent fragrance haul, which I believe I already have linked up in the cards. And listen, this is a period. Do you see how that makes me smile? I told you all previously that Sparkling Joe is inspired by the icon, the legend herself, Josephine Baker. And the moment you smell it, you immediately understand why. I don't think I really dove much into the notes previously when I mentioned Sparkling Joe on my channel, but this also contains a pear note, which I'm a hofo. That pear, along with the champagne, the ginger, the woods, it just smells fresh, fizzy, and fun. Absolutely perfect for this time of year. Do you understand? So I've already been wearing, enjoying, and receiving compliments on this fragrance. I just know in my heart that the warmer weather is going to make me love this fragrance even more. If you are interested in trying this fragrance, I would highly recommend grabbing a sample from Twisted Lily. I have told you all about Twisted Lily countless times on my channel. It's one of my go-to places to sample niche fragrances. So if you're interested in niche samples or full-size bottles, I will have my link as well as my discount code to Twisted Lily down below in the description box. And again, this is Wilhelm Parfumerie's Sparkling Joe. Last but certainly not least, I would be remiss if I did not mention this fragrance in my 2024 spring lineup, and this is Ams Guidance. I don't care, 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 I don't care. I don't even have to spray this one. It's just, I know that this is just not it for everybody. I know it's polarizing. I know the opening can be jarring to some people. I know that some people get BO when they smell it. And that's just not my experience, y'all. I'm sorry. I just feel so sorry for those of you who do not get to experience this the way that I do. This is a fragrance that just makes me feel rich and classy and feminine. This is another one that has pear in it, so obviously I'm sold. But there's also rose and saffron and akigala wood. This is a super complex scent, so I won't simplify to it having a pear note being the reason I love it. But I will say that the pear absolutely don't hurt. I know that this is complex, but this is a fragrance that performs exceptionally well. And when I say every single time I wear this, every single time I wear this, somebody is going to ask me what I have on. As someone who identifies as somewhat of a noob when it comes to fragrance, especially niche fragrances, this is not at all a beginner-friendly fragrance. And I still love it. This is a potent powerhouse beast mode fragrance that can absolutely stand up to the cooler months, but this is going to be absolutely beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful during the spring. And again, this is Ams Guidance. So folks, that about wraps up today's video. You all be sure to drop down in the comments and let me know some of the fragrances that you're excited to wear this spring. And let me know if we have any scents in common. And don't forget, if you're interested in any of the fragrances that I mentioned in today's video, to shop via any available links and discount codes down below in the description box, because it really helps to support the channel. On your way to watching another video of mine, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up to let YouTube know that you enjoyed it. Make sure you share the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I really hope that you all enjoyed today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be safe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Shit with your trust. Keep moving like what's next. Yes, and enough, because I'm not saying it no more. Comfortable in my skin. Cozy with who I am. Comfortable in my skin. Cozy.